Namaste. Is it
Pranam
sound is
Maharaj.
okay? Hmm. Okay, we'll say our prayer. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kaviviridam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatattam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha. So we are having satsang on Sri Sarada Devi and her divine play. As we know, we have two kinds of teachers. One teaches with a little firmness, sternness, sharpness, but another teaches with soft and with feeling, as we find today's the birth anniversary of Swami Brahmanandaji. What we find in Swami Brahmananda, it was soft and amiable, whereas in the life of Swami Vivekananda, he was a bit strong taskmaster. And it is because his time was less and he had to deliver a lot. So he could not wait. Similar, we find in Sri Ramakrishna and also Holy Mother. In Sri Ramakrishna, we find he wanted to give all his treasure to people as soon as possible. But on the other hand, we find Mother very soft, forbearing, forgiving. And we are ordinary human folk. It is difficult for us to accept everything in one go. It's very difficult. That is why our liking is with such teacher who can understand our weakness. And that is why the life of Mother appeals us so much. Mother understands our weaknesses. Mother wants to impart her best, of course, best, but in a way that is palatable to us. Though it may take a little longer, but her compassion is extreme. In her compassion, even the lowly, those who are illiterate, those who are even not human being, they also are influenced. Her love was overpowering. That is why it is so appealing. And it is so absorbing also. We can find that her love won even the harsh or even deserted heart. So heart that generally would not make mark, or that which are very difficult to control and mold. Those hearts also were improved because of her love. That is why we are indebted to her. Her love is we can say that it is all powerful and it flowed in all direction, in all possible way. Even Nagmash, I would say that the love of mother is more compassionate. Babar che ma doyal. When mother is full of compassion, then father. What he meant is Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. So, such a life, when we study, naturally we are uplifted. So we are very fortunate that we are studying her life and we are trying to inculcate those qualities in our own lives. So with these words, let us start what we are reading, because it is self-explanatory. But still in the beginning, we must start with something. So, Paul, so let us start.
Okay. I'm on page 397. Her spiritual power, unselfish love, and maternal affection transformed the lives of many undisciplined monks. However, she disciplined without compromise those who deviated from the ideal of the Ramakrishna order. She also lifted their minds to a higher realm through her spiritual power and compassion. Her loving service and sweet behavior, forgiveness and gentleness overwhelmed those monks, and they obeyed her implicitly. Regarding the monastic...
Sound down.
Keep going. All right, I'll keep going. Regarding the monastic ideal, she said that those who could not uphold this ideal should marry rather than pollute the purity of the order. She initiated and recruited many monks and gave ochre cloths to some of them, who later spread Ramakrishna's message in India as well as abroad. She foresaw that there would be temples and monasteries at Kamarpukur and Jairambati, and she made arrangements for them during her lifetime. She was behind the establishment of the Udbodhan, Jairambati, Kolpara, and Kamarpukur centers. She also encouraged the monks to do relief work during natural calamities.
Paul, sorry, I'm unable to hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear
Yes,
Swami. I
we
can
can
hear you,
hear you.
but
Wait for it.
All right.
I can hear you.
সাউন্ডটা কি করে আসবে? তো পড়ছে। আপনার কম্পিউটার সাউন্ড তো ম্যাক্সিমাম আছে। So what is happening?
Maybe he's muted.
No.
No. Should I talk for the test?
Maybe someone else can talk so that we can.
No. See here, it's not muted. Everyone is having. No, let's. Or other people can hear, but we are not hearing. What is this point? Okay.
testing.
Can you hear anybody, Swami? Or I guess if I'm
The
talking,
audio
I can't hear. So
I can hear you just fine.
So all
Right.
audio is okay.
Yeah. Come on, Swami. Everybody pray for tech difficulty
Speakers.
resolution.
Test. It's okay.
Oh, Paul?
Yes.
Okay, now it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, cool.
Sorry for the glitch. Life is like this, so ups and downs. But
Yeah, this is
we should not lose our patience.
no, definitely.
Okay.
No, personally, I always lose my patience when stuff doesn't work technically, but that's because I need it to do all the stuff I do. Anyhow, as a mother protects her fledglings from the storm by spreading her wings, so the mother protected the master's disciples from various vicissitudes. In 1889, Swami Brahmananda had a desire to practice austerities in the western part of India. The mother was then at Jairambati. When she came to know of his intention, she wrote to Balaram Basu, I hear that Rakal wants to go to the western part of India to practice austerities. The last time he did this in Puri, he suffered from the cold. It will be better if he goes in February after the winter. But if his desire is strong, then I have nothing to say. This approval was enough for Brahmananda, and he left for Tapasya in December. Holy Mother was not a selfish or possessive mother, overly attached to her children or keeping them too close to herself. She gave sannyasa to some disciples and then sent them away to the Himalayas for tapasya. She even gave them permission to go to foreign countries to spread Ramakrishna's message. Holy Mother said to Swami Girijananda, my mother was very fond of Sharat. He came to me for permission to go to America. I blessed him and said, don't be afraid. The master is always protecting you. When Sharat left, my mother said to me, look, Saro, being a mother, why did you give permission to Sharat to go far away beyond the 7 seas and 13 rivers? Your heart is as hard as stone. Holy Mother tied the monks to her with unfathomable love and affection. She watched over...
Just a minute. So first, Swami Brahmanandaji's tapasya. Once Vijay Krishna Goswami told that why are you doing this kind of tapasya, the penance, when he was in Vrindavan alone. First Subodh Maharaj was there, Subodhanandji. Later when he left, then he asked, why are you doing so much of austerities? Sri Ramakrishna gave you everything that is covetable. Then he replied that yes, he gave me everything, but I want to make those assets of my own. And it is for the posterity. I mean, he did not tell that it is for the posterity. I'm saying this. It is because of our foundation of this order is based on such tapasya. And what happens to us, even we don't want to do a little of austerity. You are always, we want to make a shortcut. But that should not be the case. So that is for tapasya. Now, we cannot understand now when this conversation happened regarding that how Holy Mother gave permission to Sharat Maharaj to come to America. Even in 60s, 70s, it was difficult. And this conversation happened when in the beginning of this century, last century. So it is very difficult to even understand how to go, where to go from India. And Sharat Maharaj, there is a Sat Samudra Tera Nadir Pare, like 7 oceans and 13 rivers. So that's a saying. So that was prevalent in rural Bengal. And that time it was very difficult to go across sea anything could happen that time. It was not that safe. Lots of difficulties were there. So that is why she asked that, Holy Mother. But Holy Mother knew that this order is not only for India, it is for the whole world. And in course of time, it will be gradually spread the message that Master had given for the posterity. Yeah.
Let's see. She watched over their physical needs as well as their spiritual welfare. Swami Virajananda recalls, towards the end of the summer of 1893, Holy Mother was staying at Nilambar's garden house in Belur. She lived on the second floor with Golap Ma and Yogin Ma. Swamis Yogananda and Trigunatītananda lived downstairs as her attendants, and they did all her errands. The Ramakrishna Mutt was then at Alambazar. I joined there and went to visit the mother, which was my second meeting with her. I prostrated at her feet, and she asked me to stay there that night. The next morning, when I was about to take leave, she said to me affectionately, "My son, this time I am very much pained to see you. What a nice plump body you had previously. Repeated attacks of malarial fever have now brought your health to such an emaciated condition. Well, you have joined the monastery, but you know those people there are penniless fakirs. How can they procure the requisite nutritious food for you? What necessary care for your health is possible there? So I suggest that you go back to your home and stay there till you regain your health with proper diet and medicine." I was least prepared for these words of the mother. Astounded, I couldn't utter anything for some time. After a while, I said, "Mother, you're asking me to go home? What shall I do there?" She replied, "You spend your time practicing meditation, japa, worship, and studying the scriptures." Coming downstairs, I could not hold back my tears. I went to a secluded corner of the garden and wept bitterly. Swami Yogananda heard the whole story from Golap Ma about me. He consoled me and asked, "Have you received any initiation?" "No, I have not," I replied. "Then why did you not ask the mother what meditation and japa you were to do at home?" said Yogananda. Well, ask her tomorrow after your bath." Those words of the Swami were to me a revelation. I did not know till then that the mother gave initiation to anybody. However, as per the instructions of Yogananda, I went to the mother the next morning after she had finished her worship and put to her the tutored question. The mother then initiated me formally. The mantra that she gave me for japa and meditation was not in tune with the particular aspect of sadhana I had been following. So I was a little confused and asked her openly, "Mother, I have been meditating on God in such and such a manner, and that gives me great satisfaction." "No, my son, what you have received from me is better for you," was her short reply. How strange! I felt within myself an instantaneous transformation of my outlook on sadhana.
One thing, like whatever we receive at the time of initiation, that is the best gift. That's the best gift from God. And everything falls apart. Even our resources, money, properties, relationship, everything goes away. But what remains with us is nothing else but what you receive at the time of initiation. It's very important to hold fast that. It happens by the grace of God. God showers grace on the devotee and gives a priceless gift during initiation that one must think and hold fast to that. That's very important. So we may have some previous practices, But what has been said during Diksha, that time we have to think, we have to take for certain that it is inspired by the divine. That one has to hold fast. So this happened to Swami Virajanandji Maharaj. He was our president, I think 6th president. And he was realized soul. So he received mantra diksha from mother. So this is very important, that we must hold fast with the instructions that we receive at the time of formal initiation. And we should not doubt. Okay, good.
I spent the whole day at the mother's place before my evening departure for the Alambazar Mutt. It was July, right in the middle of the rains in Bengal. The Ganges was full to the brim. A thick mist had enveloped the atmosphere, and the evening darkness was to follow soon. It was drizzling. Suddenly, I felt a sob deep in my heart. The gloomy, inclement weather outside represented my state of mind. With a heavy heart, I went to the mother and said, "Mother, I will take leave of you now." "Yes, my son," she said, "it is time. Well, come here now and then. See that the body gets strong." She then touched my chin by way of motherly blessing. I went out of the house and got on the boat at the ferry gut close by. The boat plying northwards passed in front of the garden house. In that background of twilight, I looked at the mother's room on the terrace. She was standing on the open terrace with her gaze fixed towards the Ganges on the boat. As long as the house was visible from the boat, I saw her in the same position. My heart surged with emotion and tears came in profusion. Later, I learned that Golap Ma had protested her standing that way in the drizzling rain, but she said with tearful eyes, "Oh, I am thinking how very sad the boy must be feeling. So I am looking at him."
What is the secret? What is the purpose of her standing? Mother is Guru. And Guru is telling her disciple to go back to home. A boy comes leaving home and hearth to dedicate himself to God. And this is like a death to go back. And mother has to look after his health. And with this hard say contradiction, at one side it is the disciple who wants to dedicate, sacrificing everything, and on the other, mother's love says no, he should improve his body. So this contradiction, that's why mother was so thoughtful about his disciple. And disciple cannot say no, because that is like disobeying Guru's instruction. So this was contradiction. That is why mother was so concerned about her disciple. And that's why mother was standing in that case. So mother's feeling and Guru's feeling, and boy's feeling, all this just internal, how it works, just we can imagine. So mother wanted that first the physics should be okay. It should be healthy so that one can do service of Guru Maharaj in a better way. So this is in our tradition. Even 10th President Maharaj, Swami Vireshwaranandji, used to go to our training center when there was not much for the monks to have even a breakfast, lunch, etc. Then he started collecting money for feeding them. So this affection of our gurus are very prominent that we see in the lives of our stalwarts, our founding fathers and mother. Okay.
Swami Nikhilananda wrote, Holy Mother was a source of unfailing inspiration to the members of the Ramakrishna Mutt and mission, and showered her blessings upon all who renounced the world, inspired by the Master's teachings. She had felt the need of a religious organization for the purpose of preaching the Master's teachings and giving them practical shape, and also of affording shelter to the monks where they could be assured of food, clothes, and other simple necessities of life. After the establishment of the Mutt and mission, she became its spiritual center. During her lifetime, she kept her eyes on the monks to see that they faithfully discharged their duties. Like Swami Vivekananda, she looked on the organization as the visible body of Sri Ramakrishna, and its every part as one of his own limbs. She gave freedom to the monks to develop their inner potentialities in their own way, but did not shrink from severity when such an attitude was found necessary. Once Yogin Ma told Swami Saradeshananda, whatever mutt and ashrama centers you see around are the outcome of Holy Mother's grace. Wherever she visited any deities, she prayed with tearful eyes, Master, please create a shelter for my children to live in and arrange a little food for them to eat. The mother's prayers have been fulfilled.
Yeah, this is, even nowadays also we feel it is mother who is protecting us. Not only that time, but all the time. It is mother who is protecting. Apparently Sri Ramakrishna started this movement, but it is nourished by mother, taken all care. And in difficult times, it is mother's love that protected us. Yes.
At Kolpara Ashrams, Kolpara village is located 4 miles north of Jairambati on the route between Vishnupur and Jairambati. When Holy Mother began to travel by train from Calcutta, she would stop at the Vishnupur station and then take a bullock cart to Jairambati. She would break her journey at Kolpara Ashrama, which she called her parlor, her resting place. Kedarnath Datta, a local school teacher, started Kolpara Ashrama with a few young men. They practiced meditation and read the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavata, and the Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. They became drawn to Holy Mother and eventually took initiation from her. When the mother was in Jairambati, many Calcutta devotees visited her. The young men from Kolpara carried groceries, vegetables, and other necessities to her. In addition to their spiritual practices, these young men were involved in the freedom movement against the British, and the police had an eye on this ashrama. The ashrama also had a weaving school, a primary school, a charitable dispensary, and a small orphanage. While Holy Mother and Swami Saradananda encouraged their philanthropic activities, they did not approve of any revolutionary activities.
Yes, that ashrama was started for that revolutionary activities. And gradually they were drawn to the spiritual life because of the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. And they started all social services. And it is the love of mother that transformed them. In the beginning, they were more for social service, but gradually it became the second home or resting place for mother. It's because of her grace. Yeah. Go ahead.
When Kedar approached Holy Mother for sannyasa, she was reluctant to confer it because he was his mother's only son. Moreover, his health was not good. He suffered from asthma from time to time. However, His mother gave him permission for sannyasa and asked a boon from the mother that she might die before her son. Her desire was later fulfilled. Holy Mother gave the ochre cloth to Kedar, Rajan, Amulya, and Kishori. They later took formal sannyasa at Bellarmut and became Swamis Keshavananda,
Hmm.
Vidyananda, Dhruvananda, and Parameshwarananda, respectively. Afterwards, Bharata, Gagan, and Rame took initiation from the mother and became monks.
Yeah, Rammoy.
Ramoy. They were later known
I
as
saw Rammoy Maharaj. He was childlike, very simple, very very straightforward also. Very loving. Yes.
They were later known as Swamis Ishanananda, Ritananda, and Garishwarananda, respectively. Thus, Holy Mother began to recruit monks into the Ramakrishna order.
Yeah.
Looking at some pictures.
Some pictures are there. Monks of Kwalpada Ashrama, Jairam Bhati. Top Keshavananda and Parameshwarananda. Middle Ishananda and Gaurishwarananda. Bottom Maheshwarananda and Sharadeshananda. Sharadeshananda, I missed barely like this. He was at Vrindavan Ashram when I was in Lucknow, but unfortunately I could not go and meet him. Yeah. So, even at Kwalpada Ashrama, they had not much to eat, but in spite of everything, and the Kedar Babu, that time Kedar Babu was a bit strict. So mother instructed to nourish the brahmacharis, providing whatever is necessary. So always she was taking care of her children. Yeah, go ahead. So here everything is, it is simple, not much to explain.
Keshavananda donated his parental home near Kolpara Ashrama to build Jagadamba Ashrama, where Holy Mother stayed on several occasions for long periods at a time. In 1911, Holy Mother installed pictures of Ramakrishna and herself in Kolpara Ashrama and worshipped both pictures with flowers and sandal paste. She asked Kishori to perform a homa or fire ceremony on that occasion. In 1918, Kolpara Ashrama became affiliated with the Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission.
To worship that place, and later when Keshavanandaji was not giving enough food, say, to brahmacharis, like nourishing food, then mother said, why I have installed there? You have to offer their bhoga. And she instructed what are to be given. Even 3 curries, and in Bengal they take fish, so fish also to be offered. It is not for Guru Maharaj, it is for the monks. So mother was so concerned and thoughtful. Yes.
Although Holy Mother hid herself behind a veil, she had a dynamic personality. Her divine personality and inspiration produced wonderful monks for the Ramakrishna order. The monks came from various parts of India and from different castes, social positions, and backgrounds. Holy Mother always emphasized friendship and brotherly love as the cement necessary to strengthen the organization. She reminded the monks that mutual love and respect, purity and renunciation, humility and obedience are essential for the monastic organization. Although she knew that it was necessary to maintain discipline in a monastery, Holy Mother disapproved of any unnecessary harshness or excessive exercise of authority. Swami Keshavananda, the head of Kolpara Ashrama, was a hard taskmaster and demanded strenuous labor from the monastic workers, some of whom were his students. He often acted like a dictator over the center and was negligent in giving the monks proper food and care. As a result of this ill treatment, some of the ashrama members left to take shelter under Holy Mother or Swami Saradananda. Keshavananda lodged a complaint to the mother, saying, "Mother, my workers formerly always obeyed me. Now it seems they have become smart. They don't always carry out my orders. They know they can find shelter with you or Swami Saradananda. You give them affection and good food too. If you and the Swami do not keep them with you but return them to me, I shall be able to keep them under control." Stunned by these words, the mother said, "What is the matter with you? What do you mean? Love alone is the essential thing. The master's organization is growing only through love. I am their mother. How impudent you are to make such a caustic comment to me about their food." Keshavananda was quite austere and frugal. He did not want to spend money on healthy food, even when the monks were suffering from malarial fever. In Kolpara Ashrama, they would offer to the master rice and a vegetarian dish with spinach, which the monks afterwards partook of as prasad. Generally, the monks of Kolpara brought vegetables and groceries to Jairambati, but once they did not show up for a couple of weeks. Concerned, Holy Mother sent her maid to investigate and learned that they were all suffering from malaria. She dictated a letter to Radu for Keshavananda and sent it through her maid Nibu. "Dear Kedar, I have installed the master at Kolpara. The master used to eat rice and fish also. So I tell you, please offer rice and fish at least on Saturdays and Tuesdays and not on Sundays, and a minimum of 3 kinds of vegetables. If they practice severe austerities without good food, how will the monks fight malaria?"
That is the way. Yeah. Okay.
She was extremely practical. If monks are physically weak, how will they serve the order? The mother later indignantly told Keshavananda, "What is this? How can you run the ashrama through shrewd manipulation? Those boys may be your students, but if you scold your own children too much, they will leave you." The mother was fond of Keshavananda for his dedication, he also was very devoted to her. But the mother did not indulge any inappropriate requests from her disciples. Once at Kolpara, when Holy Mother was staying with Radu, Keshavananda reported to her that his workers were not obeying him and wanted to go elsewhere. He wanted her to persuade them to stay in Kolpara and asked her to see that they did not find shelter in any other ashrama. Angrily, the mother replied, "How dare you ask me to speak to the monks that way? Do you mean to say they should not be allowed to find accommodation anywhere else? They are my children and have taken shelter with the master. Wherever they go, the master will look after them. And you want to extract a promise from me that they will not find shelter at any other place? I can never utter such a promise." Everyone was frightened by her loud voice and reddened face. Keshavananda at once fell at the mother's feet and begged her forgiveness. Although
Yeah.
Although Holy Mother admonished the head of the Kolpara Center, she also advised monastic workers to adjust to community life. One day in Jairambati, she told a brahmachari, "Look, monks in the ashrama should live together, adjusting to each other. The master used to say, sha, sha, sa, forbear, forbear, forbear. Have patience and forbearance in all situations. The Master is looking after you. Despite various difficulties in ashrama life, Holy Mother always encouraged monks to live together harmoniously and work sincerely for the Master.
Yes,
Because
nothing to
Ram-
say. Go ahead.
Because the Ramakrishna Order is an international organization, Holy Mother always inspired the monks to learn English well so they could communicate with foreigners. One day, Keshavananda said to the mother, "Mother, all of your children are highly educated except a few like us." Swami Sardananda wrote the biography of the Master, Sri Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga, and is spreading his message. Your other children are also giving lectures and doing so many things. The mother replied, "What are you saying? The Master did not have much education. The main thing is to keep the mind on God. A great deal of work will be done through you in this part of the country. All these boys do so many errands for me. This time the Master has come to liberate all, the rich and the poor, the literate and the illiterate. The Malaya breeze is blowing. Those who unfurl the sail reach the destination, and those who take refuge in him will be blessed. Don't worry, you are my own people. However, learned monks are like ivory covered with gold."
Yeah. So like, some boys come and join our order. So one such boy came and joined. His father was a district magistrate. And when he came, he saw his son was dressing vegetable. He was shocked. And he said, "My boy, why have you come? Have you come for this? Let us go back. You come back. I'll get you lots of pumpkins to cut." But he explained that it is not cutting pumpkin. It is the service of the Lord that we are doing with these small things. So sometimes it happens that people may think that those who are giving lectures or highly educated, they are very dear to God. Actually, whatever we do, if that is done with dedication, with devotion, and not expecting anything in return, that is accepted by the divine. So whatever it may be. So one should not think that one is higher or lower. All devotees of God, all children of God are same of the same stature. It is not that somebody is higher or lower. All are children of mother. So that way we are to think that way. Yeah.
When the monks faced a dilemma, they sought Holy Mother's advice. Kolpara Ashrama had a charitable dispensary. Some people took advantage of the ashrama by accepting free medicine, though they had the means to pay for it. The head Swami did not like this, so he sought the mother's permission to discontinue giving medicine to those people for free. With a charitable outlook, the mother replied, "All seekers of help are considered to be needy, so keep the door of the dispensary open to all."
Yeah, this is, those who come and open their hands like this, you are to give. So this happened to our Varanasi center also. Some wealthy people came as poor people and started taking medicine, so our Swamis were agitated. But later, what happened? Those who took service from our center, they donated. So we are not to see who is coming, in what attire, in what condition. We are to serve all. And if we can do that, then it is God who decides what to do and how we are supported by them. So I was in another hospital in Lucknow. There also a gentleman came and he took services from us. Later, he donated his property. So this happened many times in our order. Therefore, we are not to see who is taking our service, but we are to serve. We are to do our duties properly, and then whatever is God's will, that will happen. So it will not harm us. So that is what go ahead.
Holy Mother encouraged the monks to work, and at the same time, she cautioned them not to be egotistic and narrow-minded while managing the center. She warned them against inordinate attachment to the monastery or entanglement in activities that might interfere with their spiritual practices. One day, she scolded Swami Tanmayananda because of his undue involvement in the ashrama activities. She said, "You have renounced the world to repeat God's name. Now you are involved with too many activities. The ashrama has become your second world. People come to the monastery having given up their families, but they become so attached to the monastery that they do not want to give it up." Quoting a Bengali proverb, she added, "A man eager to keep away from the acidic food builds a home under a tamarind tree."
This happened to our Belur Math. One or two gentlemen came and they talked with Swami Shivanandaji. And they were so inspired, they wanted to donate one of the property. So he said, "I am not the abbot of the monk, this monastery. So let me ask Swami Brahmanandaji." So when he approached Swami Brahmanandaji, he said, "Dada, they are having this renunciation talking to you. So they are so inspired by your renunciation that they want also to renounce. So this is the fruit of Satsanga. So they got the best quality that is in you. And you see what is the effect of their Sangha, that you want to take this property." So he said, "No." Brahman said, "Not required, not to take that property. Because it is temporary that they are thinking. Now later they can change their mind." So that was Swami Brahmananda. So one should be very careful about this, that in a monastery, it is always better to have poverty. Then only we remember God. Otherwise, if there is plenty, then we forget. So the mother taught in various ways. Yes.
The blessing of a divine being never fails. Holy Mother always thought about the monks' welfare. Once in Jairambati, during Durga Puja, the monks and devotees offered flowers at her feet. When they were finished, she said to Brahmachari Bharata, "Bring some more flowers and offer them while mentioning the names of Rakal, Tarak, Sharat, Koka, Yogin, and Golab, and offer flowers on behalf of all my known and unknown children in the world." Afterwards, she remained silent for a while, with folded hands, looking at the picture of the Master. Then she prayed, "Master, bestow welfare on everyone in this life and the next. Please look after them."
So we need not worry about it. Mother is taking all care. What we need that we must have that devotion. We should offer our services to her in many forms, and mother will take care of us. So unnecessarily, we should not be worried about it. Yes.
In 1918, during her birthday celebration, the mother accepted flower offerings from monks and devotees in Udbodhan house. When everyone had left, she said to Brahmachari Bharata, "Today is an auspicious day. Please offer flowers on behalf of the monks and devotees of Kolpara and Jairambati." Then she prayed to the master to bless them all.
And those who have come, those who have not come, those who will come later, and for those who know me, those who do not know me, offer flowers for all. So we are not left out. So mother has already taken our offerings in our absence. Those will come later. Okay, go ahead.
Holy Mother and her disciples. Holy Mother's love was so deep and so rare that those who lived with her felt it even in her actions. Once in Jairambati, Brahmachari Jnana, later Swami Jnanananda, had such a severe case of eczema that he could not feed himself. While he was sick, the mother fed him and then removed his leaf plate for him. Brahmachari Rasbihari, later Swami Arupananda, was busy with the construction of Holy Mother's new house in Jairambati. One day he went to a neighboring village to do some errands, but did not return before lunch. It was a short winter day. He returned a few hours before evening and heard that the mother had not had her meal, but was instead waiting for his return. He rushed to her and remonstrated, "Mother, your health is not good. Why have you been fasting all this time?" The mother replied, "My son, how can I eat when you have not eaten?" Rasbihari immediately sat for his meal so the mother and other women devotees could take their food. How many mothers in this world would treat their children this way?
Yeah. Here, mother is not called mother, but called by their name. So, this is what to say. This is strange for us because we right from our childhood we never uttered the name of mother. Why I'm saying this? Today I went in some place. So the lady was telling her mother's name. So I was thinking that we never did that. We always said mother, mother. But here that's the tradition. In Australia also, I went to a family and the small boy was calling his mother by name. I said, "What are you doing? I call her mother and you are calling by name?" So this is whatever way they are raised, that way. And also this is another tradition that when the son has gone out, mother cannot take food. Thinking that what is happening to his, where is he and how is dealing. Anyway, that's minor thing. But it denotes or it shows the love of mother. Yeah.
In Jairambati and Kolpara, the mother lived a normal life among the villagers, free from the routines and restrictions of Calcutta. In 1911, Sharadananda sent a young monk named Prakash to escort Holy Mother from Jairambati to Calcutta. On the way to Calcutta, the mother stopped at Kolpara. She wanted to walk with Keshavananda's mother to her house, but Prakash wanted her to go by palanquin. This upset Holy Mother and she scolded him. "Look, This is a village, and I regard the ashrama as a part of my home. These boys are my own people. I want to lead a free life in Kolpara. I gave a sigh of relief here to be free from my cage in Calcutta. There you keep me confined, and I am always cautious about my movements. I simply will not be controlled here at every step. If you like, you may write to Sharat about it. The monk immediately begged forgiveness. That
Yeah,
evening,
yeah.
Prakash hurried the local monks to prepare mother's supper so they could resume their journey quickly. The mother said to him sternly, "Why are you losing your temper and yelling at these monks? This is a village. Here everything does not move according to the clock like in Calcutta. Don't you see how these boys have been working tirelessly since morning? Whatever you may say, we shall not start before eating." The mother had so much feeling for the monks. Finally, she left for Vishnupur by bullock cart at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, see, like that monk, because he was obeying Sharat Maharaj. Sharat Maharaj told that take utmost care of mother. So that's why he asked mother to ride the palanquin, and also he was hurrying. So mother knew all these things, but still mother did not want to put stress on those people who are working so hard. So mother knew why he was saying this, but at the same time, she had to see that others are not tormented because of this arrangement. Okay.
Swami, is it time?
Oh, time, yes, time. We stop there. Can we read this one? Because then
Sure. Let's see.
just that passage
Let's see.
on 30.
Oh, till the next, like, Holy Mother is Guru.
Correct, correct.
On 31st January 1917, the mother left for Jairambati from Calcutta. On her way, she stayed at Jagadamba Ashrama for a couple of days and then continued her journey. A few days before Ramakrishna's birthday, Brahmachari Barda brought some groceries for the mother by bicycle from Kolpara. The mother gave him some prasad and asked him to stay at Jairambati that day, as there was a thunderstorm imminent. But Barda did not listen to Holy Mother because he had some duties in Kolpara. On his way back to Kolpara, he was caught in a hailstorm and suffered terribly. He walked the rest of the way back to Kolpara with his bicycle along the muddy path. That night he had a fever. The next day, Holy Mother sent her maid with a letter to Kolpara to get news of Barda. When he visited Holy Mother in Jairambati a few days later, she said, "You were stubborn and you did not listen to me. I was worried about you when you left. I suffer when someone does not listen to me and gets into trouble. My son, you should listen when somebody advises you from the heart."
Yeah. So we have to listen to mother. Okay. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tamarama Krishnam Shirasa Namamah Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadmi Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuh. Who is unborn, untainted, Niranjanam, Nityam, eternal, Anantarupam, infinite form. He takes form for the compassion, out of compassion, and for the welfare of the world. Nityam Anantarupam, Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai, Ishavataram. You are the incarnation of God. Sri Ramakrishna, I offer my pranams. Okay. So, mother, yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Jai Ma.
Jai
Jai
Ma,
Ma.
Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Hari Om.
Swamiji, Jai
Yeah,
Jai Ma.
Pranam Maharaj.
No, Jai Ma. So today it is easy, you know.
Yeah, it's easier than yesterday's class.
Yesterday, that's the evolution of thought, how it happened in India. So sentences are small, but still, uh, you know, our teachers, they fought for 800 years, 1,000 years. What means that to refine the ideas, the philosophy. As in the West, it was crusaders. So for 800 years, 1,000 years. Similarly, in India, it was for fine-tuning the thoughts. So what we receive today is only digested and cooked, and it is on the platter. But we can have a glimpse, through those Upanishads. So that is why. Anyway, that's okay.